Today is my birthday and I am 47 years old. And I'm going into my 8th year of doing voiceover professionally. But today, I'm going to be giving you guys a gift. I'm giving you 7 lessons I learned the hard way, plus a few bonus ones, because I'm generous like that. And it's my birthday! By the way, if you're new here, my name is Jesse Carroll, and I'm a professional voice actor and coach. I've done over 2,000 commercials and made over $1 million in voiceover in the past 7 years. And did I mention it's my birthday? And today, I'm giving you guys a gift. Stick around to the end. I've never done this before. I'm giving away free coaching, big discounts. It's wild. I'll explain everything in a bit. And also, because it's my birthday, I think I've mentioned it like 5 times, smash the like button, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, send this to a bunch of people that might get benefits from it, or just send it to people that hate me. So let's jump into this. 7 lessons I had to learn the hard way and how you guys can avoid that. Lesson number 1, keep in touch with clients. I used to think just do a great job and the client will come back when they need you again. Nope. I mean, sometimes, but not always. If you don't stay top of mind, they will forget that you exist. Like completely, like you were never a person to begin with. I wish in the beginning I had a system to follow up. A simple Happy New Year email or just a check-in can turn into thousands in repeat work. I've got clients I booked 5 years ago who still hire me regularly because I stayed in touch. That's the difference between a freelancer and a business owner. You can make a living doing one and done jobs. It's just harder. So stay in touch. Lesson number 2, video games and animation aren't just acting. This one I had to learn the hard way, and I'm still learning it. Video games and animation need a specific skill. I came from a on-camera background and figured, cool, I'll just do what I always do, but with a microphone. Nope. Games and animation need specific skills like efforts, pacing, vocal layering, a bunch of other shit, and you need specialized coaching to get good at it. It's a different sport. I already had some good training in acting. When I combined that with Mark Grau's guidance, that's who you should see if you're interested in video games animation, boom, it started working for me. And he cuts a killer demo too. So don't assume that just because you might have an acting background that automatically translates to video games and animation. Get coaching specifically for the type of work you want to do and go see someone that's actively doing it. Lesson number 3, don't cheap out on demos. This is one that, I didn't really have to learn. Luckily, I knew this right from the start and I got a good one right away. But regularly, I have people come to me, they'll play me a demo that they got from some demo mill that they did a weekend workshop at. They get a demo at the end of it. And the production value might be okay, but they're too new to be cutting a demo. I'm not the one to tell you like when you're ready for a demo, but my guess is if you've only been doing this for like a month, probably not a good idea. If you've been doing it and getting work and you've made enough money to be able to pay for the demo, and I mean a good demo, like a $2,000 minimum demo, you made that much of voiceover, probably ready to do your first one. But remember this, a good demo, it's expensive, but it should last you at least 5 years. So make sure you spend the money, get a good one. And if you're doing pay to play, you don't have to put only professional demos up. You can DIY it because that's a whole nother lesson about the algorithm, but your professional demo, that's what you put forward to clients you're reaching out to or agents, more importantly. A demo is like your resume. A killer demo can literally get you jobs without auditioning. I've got straight offers for mine, people just sending shit my way. Don't skimp on a professional demo. Pay once, cry about it once, and then you got an awesome demo. Also, when you're gonna get a professional demo done, go to someone who knows what they're doing. It's not just an expense, it's the foundation of your business. Don't just pick someone because I like that person, they seem like a straight shooter. Check out their website. Have they been nominated for awards? Do people recommend them? Do your due diligence. Lesson number 4, stay current or get left behind. This industry changes fast. Trends shift. What was booking maybe not last year, but the year before, it sounds dated now. It can be quick too. Like within 6 months, I've seen crazy changes. If you're not listening to current spots and training with people who work in the industry right now, you're gonna get left behind. I'm constantly updating my approach based on what's working today, not what worked 5 years ago. And sometimes things are cyclical. So like the announcer read is coming back in a big way. And there's like a hybrid, a conversational announcer jammed together, convannouncer. It's a big read right now, I'm telling you. So things change quick. Stay current. Coach with someone that knows what's up. The market evolves. You need to evolve with it. Lesson number 5. This is one I'm still learning. You'll find out why in a second. Go to conferences early in your career. I think I've even said that conferences don't really matter. And I was wrong. And the reason I know I'm wrong, even though I haven't been to one, I see some of my students that have been to them and their eyes just light up. They're like, Jesse, you got to go. It's amazing. I'm actually having a student on who just went to the One Voice conference in Houston, and she said it was the most amazing thing. I have a few students that went, and they all said it was just amazing. And of course it is, because listen, I built VoiceOver School. That's the online school for voiceover that I run, to create a community around voiceover. And people, like, I keep seeing people get all these wins and everything, and more importantly, get community, and they help lift each other up. That's what I'm assuming of what it sounds like a voiceover conference is like. I thought it was just a way for people to try and make money off you, but I was wrong. It's a way to share information and to go out and meet some people. In this business, we're stuck in closets. We're talking to ourselves most of the time. And then if we're lucky, we book a job and we get in a live directive session. We talk to a client for a bit, but then we go back to being alone. How nice is it to go to a place where everyone's into the same as you? I was wrong about conferences. Go check them out. And got a little surprise for you guys. I'm not going to reveal in this video, but probably see you at a conference next year. Big one. Oh, and one of the cool things about these conferences is my students were telling me, you get to meet agents, casting directors, other coaches, other working VOs who become part of your network and your support system. It's a really cool concept. And I think I was too harsh on them in the past. And I've walked that back. And I'd like to say, in fact, not only do I recommend conferences, I wish I'd gone to them earlier. Don't wait until you're ready. Just go when you're hungry. Get to a conference. Oh, quick reminder, the birthday promo I'm going to tell you guys about at the end of the video, it ends tomorrow night, September 6th at 10 p.m. So it's going to run from my birthday to 10 p.m. the next day, September 6th. No exceptions, no late jump-ins. Got to make a decision right away because it's my birthday. Lesson number 6, get and keep all your finished work neatly organized. I've done like 2,000 voiceover jobs over then, and I barely saved any of them. I got like, well, for how many I've done, I've maybe got like a couple hundred of the spots I've done, like barely 10%. I wish I asked for clients for the final versions like every single time, because that's what you submit for awards, build reels with, uses proof of your work, and that you can do the damn thing. It also helps you keep it top of mind when you're reaching out to clients constantly. Hey, can I get a copy of that demo? Shows you care, tag them on social media, all that kind of stuff. But I wish I was chasing those up. And I actually got a virtual assistant right now who's helping me chase up all those. Don't sleep on that. When you do a job, get your finished work, save it neatly organized in like Dropbox, portfolio, a USB drive, whatever it is. Save it all and categorize it for each year. Keep it however you want to categorize it. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. I'm not your dad. Just keep it organized and submit to awards every year. Because one thing about awards is, I've often said that they don't matter, because they don't, like in the grand scheme of things, but they can be helpful, especially in the beginning of voiceover. If they don't know who you are, but they see that you won like 10 awards or got nominated for like whatever, 5 or some big number, like that's very helpful. You can put that on your website. You can put that in your bio on pay to play, wherever you want. Like, all things being equal, if it's down to 3 people and 3 of them they haven't heard of, 2 of them have a few reviews, and 1 has like maybe no reviews, but a bunch of awards, probably going to go with the award person. Awards are worth their weight in gold. So go for them. I think that was like 2 lessons in one. Lesson number 7, save your money. You'll have banger months in voiceover. I've made like $50,000 in a single month, and I followed that up with a $3,000 stinker. Some of you might be like, $3,000 is awesome. But listen, if you're making like bank in voiceover and you go down to 3, that sucks. But the funny thing is, when you have a month where you're making $50,000 in a month, you're like, that's the new norm. I'm only making 50 grand every month. And then, yeah, it's like, it's unusual to make that much. Maybe not for Rachel West. Maybe she makes that every goddamn month. She probably makes $100,000 a month. Rachel West. Running gag. Sorry, Rachel, if you see this, you probably think I'm a crazy stalker obsessed guy. Is that the cops at the door? Listen, when you make a bunch of money in voiceover, don't get cocky. Don't blow it. Save and plan for averages. Don't look at your business like month to month. Look at it over the course of a year. Use the previous year to guide it. And ballpark, like, how much do you think you're gonna make? If all things are being equal, you're auditioning the same amount, your booking ratio either stays the same or hopefully gets better. Voiceover can be feast or famine. Respect the slow seasons or they'll wreck you. And in regards to slow seasons, there's people like to say that there's like a slow season, like the summer slow. I haven't really found that until this year. The summer for me was pretty slow. One of the slowest, well, definitely the slowest summer I've ever had. And I had a couple months that were slower. I haven't hit slow months like that since the beginning of my voiceover career. So you got to plan for those things. Save up. Don't get cocky. The business can flip on you in a second. But that doesn't mean it's not going to flip back. When things kind of mellow out and you're not booking like you used to, stay calm, get back to the basics. Communicate, audition, make sure you're going to a coach, checking out your reads. Are they current? Did the industry just shift and you didn't notice it? But don't freak out, because slow times will happen. And seasons in voiceover are different for everybody. For you, summer might be a slow season. For others, February might be a slow season when it's traditionally busy for other people. It's different for everyone, but pay attention, track it, see what you're making month to month over the course of the year so you can do projections, but average your business over the course of a year based on what you did the year before, or if you've been doing this a while, few years before, and you can kind of see trends of where you're at. But if you have all of a sudden an outlier, a crazy huge month, don't go and buy a bunch of crazy shit. Just save your money. All right. It is bonus time because it is my birthday. Bonus tip number 1, you're not rich. You're a freelancer. Feast or famine is real. Respect the slow seasons or they'll wreck you. That's really just what I just said. Eliminate that, Perush. Bonus number 1, if VoiceOver School is something like it existed that I could join when I first started, I'd be way further ahead right now. I made VoiceOver School because I needed it when I started. If it existed back then, I would have skipped a lot of wasted time and money. I'd be doing AAA video games right now. I'd be gold bars. It also helps you be sane when you find a community. Whatever your community is, you don't have to join VoiceOver School, join whatever community you like. Get with your people. The important thing is get with a community. I wish I had something like that when I started. It was a really lonely journey, even though I was doing great. When you collab with people, even just Jim Merkel, and if you're watching this, I appreciate your friendship, and I'll get back to you in the email you sent me today. We share tips with each other. Find your community. It can help you. Putting 2 heads or multiple heads, a whole community of heads together is better than one. Somebody might have one tip that can change your whole career. So get with a good community. Bonus number 2, don't dip your toes in VoiceOver. What do I mean by that? A lot of people get into VoiceOver and they want to try it for a few months and see if it's for them. You're going to get nowhere. Go for it. And don't plan to have success in your first year. Try and make it happen. Work as hard as you can, but plan to have success over the long run, because VoiceOver, till the robots take over and kill us all, is something you can do until the day you die. You don't retire from it. It could be an amazing source of income for you well into old age. So treat it like that. Everybody's journey is different. You could hit hard right away. I did in the first 3 months, but I also argue that only reason I did is because I put about the amount of effort that most people put in their first 2 years of VoiceOver. I did it in my first 2 months. Just like VoiceOver from the time I woke up until the time I went to sleep every single day. And I slept less than I normally do. Like, I had to make it happen. I forced it and I worked so hard on it. Attack it like that and you'll be fine. But just know everyone's journey is different. It might not happen in the first year. And that's okay. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I've seen things turn around. I've seen people take 400 or 500 auditions to book their first job. And then in like months later, they book their second. And then a couple months later, they book their third. And then they have a string of wins and they just keep going in full time after that. You never know what's going to happen for you, because all the information that you get in VoiceOver, it's accumulative. Can I say, did I say that right? Accumulative. That's a hard word for me. Jesus Christ. It builds, it stacks, it compounds. The more information you get, it doesn't leave you, it stays. So just because you had a terrible first year or maybe even first 2 years doesn't mean you're not learning and getting better. Just train harder, work on it harder. It will happen for you. This is not something where people are kept outside of it. As soon as you have the skills meets the voice, meets opportunity with the client, will start working. So yeah, those are the 7+ bonus things I wish I knew when I started VoiceOver. It's been a hell of a journey over the past 7 years. I've had $100,000 years, $250,000 years, and everything in between that. But the truth is, none of it happens overnight. Even in my first year, I cleared 6 figures in my first year, but the bulk of it was towards the end of it, and it was off a few jobs. Keep the long game in mind. I had a little bit of luck out of the gate, but I worked really, really hard. Luck meets skill, meets training, meets effort, meets opportunity, and a positive attitude, and you'll get this. Also, if you're in this game, you got to be in the long run. You got to keep leveling up. Stay human, stay hungry, and maybe avoid blowing your first big paycheck on studio gear and dinners and bottle service. Don't ask how I know that. All right, so if you're still watching, you want to do VoiceOver, you're super into VoiceOver, or I don't know, you just like hearing me self-deprecate the entire time. But it's safe to say you're probably interested in being part of a VoiceOver community, probably interested in working with me. For today and tomorrow, if you join VoiceOver School at $97 a month, you get a 30-minute private onboarding session with me, completely free. I normally charge $200 an hour for a private session, so a half an hour is $100. So basically you get a month of VoiceOver School for free, just from September 5th until the 6th at 10 p.m. And I'm not done yet. If you're sure and you're like, I'm all in, I want all the stuff that VoiceOver School has, I want to work with Jesse over the course of a year, go annual, get an annual membership, and you'll get $100 off that, plus an hour private session with me. And also, for those of you in my lovely community, I haven't forgot about you, here's my birthday present to you. 50% off coaching inside of VoiceOver School is back. So all of you in VoiceOver School, you can coach with me at 50% off whenever you want. Check out the classroom area and look into the private coaching module, and you'll see the discount code as this video pops up. And this deal for the monthly and the annual ends September 6th at 10 p.m. So my birthday's September 5th. It will go to 10 p.m. on September 6th. So don't wait. Send this video to someone you think might be interested in this, because I'm shutting off the deal September 6th, 10 p.m. All the info is in the description below. Just click the link to VoiceOver School. You'll see it. If you got something out of this video, drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And hey, if you're just getting started and you want a shortcut through all the BS, check out VoiceOver School. It's what I wish I had back then. So that's it. This is the video. Happy birthday to me. We will catch you next week. I'll be a year older. Hopefully not dumber. Peace.